Maverick Physical Therapy, we've been through a lot of different strategies and techniques to go after TZ1B and TZ1C of the pitching mechanics. A lot of things pertaining to dowels, a lot of things pertaining to small dumbbells or squishy medicine balls with common and uncommon shoulder overhead presses, a lot of things with body weight, a lot of presetting, a lot of upper extremity kind of positionings, thoracic spine, pelvis. We've had bottom up drivers with the pelvis. We've had lunges and a crap ton of sequences and strategies to go after loading the transformational zones of TZ1B and TZ1C more. A thing that can take this to a completely different level. I know myself as a physical therapist, functional manual therapist, and applied functional scientist. I love to be able to provide the gift of my hands based on my understanding of biomechanics and based on how you, the patient, are how you are moving. So for me, being able to speed things up or slow things down, be able to provide some feedback, break up some restrictions, a combination, a hybrid of all of the above, can really help trampoline us up further. So I will use that, but the reality of it is that you can't take me with you and you can't take me with you all the time. And a lot of times what I have is individuals, athletes, people that will head on into town in San Diego here for a short bit of time, whether it's over a weekend, whether it's over a week or two, whether I see them once a day or a couple times a day over that period of time. So I need to be able to be very creative and very specific with my biomechanical understanding to create a good solid environment for you to be able to move in. And so with doing so, I'm a big fan and proponent of the super bands. So I'm going to be demonstrating as a left-handed pitcher here in TZ1B and TZ1C. These provide a great tool, a great self-mobilization of manual therapy tool to help propel our potential a lot further than what we could do just on our own, even though that's great and good enough. So in a TZ1 position, I will go super band on up, and you can find some information pertaining to this too in the library section on my YouTube page under hip mobility progression self manual therapy techniques. So I'll go leg in the super band. I'll typically go about hip high or greater trochanter high, play and surf around with it. I'll go all the way up as high as I can as one strategy, but then also go low just above the knee as well. That's sometimes a little bit more aggressive pertaining to the mobilization I'll get. But here I also get a little bit more of a lateral hip distraction a little higher up. Matt, what's up, buddy? Come on out and play. I'm playing. I'm making some videos. Come on up and play with us. We're throwing stuff like you throw rocks at lizards. So TZ1B, I'm set on up. And so I know it's a little bit of a different angle for you, but I get this good lateral hip distraction here that allows me to get a little more internal rotation of that left hip in TZ1B before I get external in TZ1C. I have this good solid kind of top-down driver with my glove side arm, which is on the dowel. And so dowel or no dowel, dowel or glove, great, that's fine. And so what we'll do, we'll use some progressive oscillations, and then we can just straight transition into some right lateral lunges. And I'm sure this is looking beautiful demonstrated as a left-handed pitcher, but what you do is limited by what you feel. Yes, buddy. What you feel is limited by what you do. What you do is limited by vice versa feel. So a combination of both. We need to be able to do things from opposite side. I would encourage you to, if you're a left or right-handed pitcher, do it on both sides. So TZ1B, we'll drop it on down right above the knee. The idea here is to go after the inferior medial hip joint capsule so that we can get a good combination when it's up high, internal rotation, abduction, and extension. If I drop it on down a little bit lower, it's more aggressive because of the longer lever arm, which is going to really go after a little bit more the abduction of that left hip and then also the extension of that left hip. And so I'll use my glove side arm here. Boom and boom. TZ1C. So I'll go up high again. I'll position myself TZ1C. And so I've released my left hip towards home plate. Right foot is toed in towards the left-handed batter's box. And so going up high right here, I'm going after the anterior hip capsule and the anterior hip complex a little bit more to give me more extension. Slow down the femur, translate the pelvis forward, and with that left rotation and with kind of that mushing. So boom, boom, boom. And I can drop it on down, get a little more aggressive to the anterior hip capsule by going just superior, just above the knee right here. Boom, boom, and boom. A great self-manual therapy technique and tool to buy yourself a $25 super band. A great way to be able to mobilize and stabilize from the bottom on up, to enable us to have these bottom up and these top down drivers and effects that ultimately mush things in this chain reaction